Well, good morning, everybody. Here we are on March the 16th, and we're progressing along here in our reading of Deuteronomy. You know, there's certain principles that we understand about the kingdom that aren't listed in a list of commandments. They're principles that are revealed when we see the Father's heart in the commandments, such as what was given to Israel today. And we can see again and again what kind of God of justice he is, and that his heart is always concerned about the people who are disadvantaged, the marginalized, the poor, and his intention was that because of the way the kingdom works, things flow with obedience. His blessings are able to flow because of obedience. The key to the kingdom is relationship. It's that's what it's all about. It's our relationship with God. But out of that, as Jesus said, if you love me, you will obey me. And in that, what that allows, because of that obedience that comes out of the relationship, we don't have a relationship because of the obedience. It's the flow. It's what comes out of that love. It's what comes out of that relationship is obedience, the desire to please Dad. And because of that obedience, his blessings are able to flow. That's how things work. And he's explaining to Israel here that if they walk in obedience with him, then the abundance will be incredible. His intention that they would be a very wealthy nation, and that everything that they did would succeed. And he said, because of this, there will be no poor among you. That's what he said. There'll be no poor. But a little later, he says that the poor will never disappear from the face of the earth. And the reason is because we do all kinds of things to rob ourselves of abundance. Disobedience. When we enter into disobedience, it stops the flow. We can be lazy, we can be dumb sometimes and make mistakes and get ourselves into situations. God did not create poverty. He does not want poverty, but he knows our nature and that we will cause ourselves poverty. But what he's saying here to the Israelites is that the abundance will be so great, he's creating this commonwealth. And this is what we have to keep in mind in the kingdom. And we miss out on this in the kingdom. There's a commonwealth, and that everybody is to contribute to the needs of their brothers and sisters. So because of this commonwealth, because of this attitude of contributing to those who are in situations, whatever has caused that situation, there will be no poor among them. Now, this has not disappeared from the kingdom. This has not disappeared. This does not end with the cross. This is the Father's heart. This is his desire that we will always look after. And we see that when Jesus is talking about the sheep and the goats. That whole attitude, he taught generosity. He taught us to be generous in all things, to give as we've received. When it came to the spiritual gifts, he said, listen, you didn't earn these things. These have been freely given to you, so freely give. Give out, don't charge for these things, is what he's saying. And that's the attitude that has to be captured, and we miss out so much on that in the church. So we're supposed to look around and see if there's any needs, and it's not praying for those needs. It's not oh God, provide for them, blah blah blah. He said you provide for them. Well, but I don't have much. And there it trips us up in our understanding of God, our provider. And we give out generously and we receive generously. We receive from him, we give. We don't give when we have plenty. We really bless him when we give him out of our own needs. When we give to people out of our own needs, it really blesses him, and it provokes him into action, because that's what love does. Love provokes us into action. But definitely there's plenty of wealth in the kingdom of God. It's just that we're not very good at sharing. We're not very good at taking care of the needs. A lot of Christians will give to the needs of the world before they give to the needs of their brothers and sisters. And we have to look at that. We as a church, we don't want to be there, and we cannot see ourselves as being poor, and that we need to contribute to those who are in situations. And sometimes situations are making of governments and mistakes that we make. We definitely have to continue coming against the work of the enemy to tie up our finances. But at the same time, it doesn't take us off the hook from having to look after each other. So you be blessed in this day. Understand our Father's heart, work in that, and just let it flow. Let it flow, and let's bless one another. Looking forward to the testimonies that come from this day. God bless.